Welcome all of you. Myself, Assistant Professor Varsha Tambe from Kekewa College of Pharmacy, Nasi. Today, we are going to see topic Social and Health Education from the subject Social and Preventive Pharmacy. First, we are going to see food in relation to nutrition and health. So, what is food? Food is any edible material that supports growth, repair, and maintenance of the body. Any edible substance that we consume to fulfill our daily requirements of nutrition is known as food. What food does in the body does through the nutrients it contains. The body utilizes these nutrients to grow and keep healthy and strong. All nutrients needed by the body are available through foods. What is nutrition? Nutrition is the process by which body utilizes food for growth and maintenance and healthy living. A science of food and its relationship to health and concern with the part played by food factor, that is nutrients in the body growth, development and maintenance. Nutrition is the combination of processes by which the living organism receives and uses the food materials necessary for growth, maintenance of functions and repair of component parts. Objectives of nutrition: to promote the physical and mental growth and development of human being, building and repairing of tissues and cells damaged by infection and injuries, to provide energy for doing works, to protect the human beings from infections and deficiency disorders. Classification of food. First classification of food is on the basis of origin. First is foods of plant origin and food of animal origin. Second classification is classification of foods by chemicals. For example, or the classification includes carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Third, classification of foods by predominant functions. First is energy supplying foods like cereals, sugars, roots, tubers, fats and oils. Bodybuilding foods like milk, meat, poultry, eggs, fish, pulses and groundnuts. Third is repairing and maintenance foods, in that vegetables, fruits and milk. Fourth is foods by sources, in that cereals and millets, legumes, green vegetables, fruits, meat, fish, eggs and milk, fats and oils, nuts and oil seeds, sugar and jaggery, condiments and spices and other sources. So what are the nutrients? Organic and inorganic complexes contained in food are called as nutrients. Useful chemical substances derived from food by the body are called nutrients. Nutrients provides energy, helps to grow well and normal development and repair of tissues. 50 different nutrients supplied by foods to our body. Each nutrient has its own specific function. Most of the foods contain more than one nutrient. Nutrients are divided into two parts, mainly as macronutrients and micronutrients. So what are macronutrients? These are proteins, fats and carbohydrates which are often called proximate principles because they form the main bulk of foods. For proper utilization of macronutrients needs micronutrients. They contribute to the total energy intake as carbohydrates are 60 to 80%, fats 10 to 30%, proteins 7 to 15%. Macronutrients requires in small quantity and called the nutrients which requires in small quantity. So the nutrients are called as micronutrients, that is vitamins and minerals. The quantity of nutrients required to depend upon age, sex, weight, physical activity and health status of the body. First macronutrient is carbohydrates. Major component of food which is the main source of energy is carbohydrate. It provides 4 kilocalorie per gram. In balanced diet, carbohydrates provides 50 to 60% of total calories. In excess, the carbohydrates are converted into body fat. Functions of carbohydrates: energy production in the body, useful in oxidation of fat, growth of useful bacteria, synthesis of vitamin B complex, absorption of minerals, and prevention of constipation. Source of carbohydrates are starch, in that cereals, roots and tubers, sugars, in that white sugar, honey, glucose. Third source is cellulose, in that indigestible contributes to dietary fibers. Daily requirements for children near about 60 to 50 grams, for adolescents 400 grams and for men 300 to 700 grams. Proteins. Protein is the building material for all body parts such as muscle, brain, blood, skin, hair, nails, bones and body fluids. Protein constitutes 20% of adult body weight and made up of amino acids. Functions are: acts as a building block of cells and tissues. It regulates hemoglobin, regulates muscle contraction, formation of enzyme, hormones and other secretions which help synthesis of enzymes, and produces digestive juices and antibodies. It acts as a source of energy. 1 gram of protein gives 4 kilocalories. Sources of protein. There are two main sources of protein. First is animal sources, that milk, eggs, meat, fish and cheese. Second is plant sources, in that pulses, cereals, beans, nuts, soya bean, etc. Next point is protein deficiency disease and disorders. Protein deficiency are malnutrition, that is kwashiorkor, and marasmus, and it also leads to marasmic kwashiorkor. So what is malnutrition? The World Health Organization defines malnutrition as the cellular imbalance between the supply of nutrients and energy and the body's demand for them to ensure growth, maintenance and specific functions. Malnutrition is a broad term commonly used as an alternative to undernutrition, but technically it also refers to overnutrition. People are malnourished if their diet doesn't provide adequate calories and protein for growth and maintenance, or they are unable to fully utilize the food they eat due to illness, that is undernutrition. They are also malnourished if they consume too many calories, that is overnutrition. And here you can see deficiency of nutrition, excessive nutrition and imbalance of nutrition. Clinical forms of acute malnutrition. There are three clinical forms of acute malnutrition. First is marasmus, that is severe weight loss or wasting. Second is kwashiorkor, bloated appearance due to water retention, that is bilateral edema. Third is marasmic kwashiorkor, a combination of both wasting and bilateral edema. So what is marasmus? A rapid deterioration in nutrition status in a short time can lead to marasmus, one form of acute malnutrition. Marasmus is the most common form of acute malnutrition in nutritional emergencies and in its severe form can very quickly lead to death if untreated. It is characterized by severe wasting of fat and muscle, which the body breaks down to make energy. Wasting can affect both children and adults. What is kwashiorkor? Kwashiorkor is characterized by bilateral pitting edema, that is, affecting both sides of the body in the lower legs and feet, which as it progresses becomes more generalized to the arms, hands and face. Oedema is excessive accumulation of fluid in body tissues which results from severe nutritional deficiencies. All cases of kwashiorkor are classified as severe acute malnutrition. Next point is prevention of malnutrition. There is no simple solution to the problem. Many types of actions are necessary. The preventive measures can be described in following ways.